It is my lady. Oh, it is my love.
What do you get when you cross a playwright with a poet and a master of language? You get the one and only William Shakespeare. With a literary legacy spanning centuries, Shakespeare remains one of the most famous and beloved writers of all time. From love stories to tragedies, comedies to historical epics, his plays and sonnets continue to captivate audiences around the world. But who was the man behind the words? In this video, we'll delve into the life and legacy of William Shakespeare, from his humble beginnings in Stratford-upon-Avon to his lasting impact on the English language and the world of theater. We'll explore some of his most famous works, discuss the controversies surrounding his authorship, and examine why he remains such an enduring figure in the world of literature. So whether you're a Shakespeare fanatic or a newcomer to his work, get ready to learn more about one of the greatest writers of all time. Picture this, a small town in rural England, a young boy with a passion for words and a future that would change the course of literary history forever. William Shakespeare was born in 1564 in the market town of Stratford-upon-Avon, located in the heart of rural England. He was the third child of John Shakespeare, a local politician and successful leather merchant, and Mary Arden, the daughter of a wealthy landowner. Shakespeare's upbringing was comfortable, but not without its challenges. In 1571, when he was just 8 years old, his family fell on hard times due to his father's financial difficulties. Despite these early setbacks, Shakespeare showed an early passion for language and literature. He attended a local grammar school where he would have received a classical education in Greek and Latin. In his youth, he would have been exposed to a wide range of literature, including the works of Ovid, Virgil, and Plutarch. The world in which Shakespeare grew up was one of great change and uncertainty. Queen Elizabeth then had been on the throne for just a few years, and England was still recovering from the upheavals of the Reformation. The country was also facing threats from abroad, including the Spanish Armada in 1588. These political and social factors would later find their way into Shakespeare's plays as he explored themes of power, loyalty, and identity. Despite his rural upbringing, Shakespeare was also exposed to the world of theater at an early age. He would have seen traveling companies of actors perform in Stratford-upon-Avon and may have even taken part in local productions himself. These early experiences would shape his later work as he developed a keen eye for character, plot, and performance. From a small-town boy to the greatest writer of all time, William Shakespeare's career and success are nothing short of extraordinary. After his marriage to Anne Hathaway, Shakespeare moved to London to pursue his career in the theater. He quickly became involved in the city's thriving theater scene, and by 1592 he was a successful actor and playwright. Shakespeare's plays were popular with both the masses and the aristocracy, and he became a shareholder in the Lord Chamberlain's Men, a popular acting troupe. In 1599, the company opened the Globe Theatre, a purpose-built venue that was designed to showcase Shakespeare's plays. Over the course of his career, Shakespeare wrote 38 plays, including classics like Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, and Macbeth. He also wrote 154 sonnets, which are still widely read and admired today. His works were a masterful blend of comedy and tragedy, exploring universal themes like love, power, and revenge. Shakespeare's success was not without its challenges. He faced competition from other playwrights, and he also had to contend with censorship and political pressures. But through it all, he continued to produce works that resonated with audiences and stood the test of time. It's no wonder that Shakespeare is often referred to as the greatest writer of all time. His influence on literature and the arts is immeasurable, and his works continue to be performed and studied today. So the next time you're at the theater, take a moment to thank the bard for his contributions to the world of drama. And who knows, maybe you'll be inspired to write the next great masterpiece. And remember, as Shakespeare himself once said, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. From to be or not to be to wherefore art thou Romeo, Shakespeare's plays are filled with some of the most famous lines in all of literature. William Shakespeare is not only one of the most famous writers of all time, but also one of the most enduring. Despite being written over 400 years ago, his plays continue to be performed and adapted today. So what is it about Shakespeare's work that has made it so timeless? First, there's his use of language. Shakespeare was a master of words, using language to convey complex emotions and ideas with incredible skill. He invented countless words and phrases that are still in use today, such as all's well that ends well, break the ice, and fair play. Second, Shakespeare's plays explore universal themes that still resonate with audiences today. Love, jealousy, revenge, ambition, and the struggle for power are all themes that are still relevant today. In addition, his characters are memorable and multidimensional, making them easy to relate to and understand. But Shakespeare's impact isn't just limited to the stage. His plays have been adapted and reinterpreted in countless ways over the years, from modern retellings of classic tales to full-blown musicals. One example is the popular teen movie 10 Things I Hate About You, which is based on Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. From his mastery of language to his exploration of universal themes, Shakespeare's work has captured the audience for centuries, and with countless adaptations and reinterpretations, it looks like he'll be around for many more to come. They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But I'm pretty sure Shakespeare didn't expect to see his characters twerking in a modern-day adaptation of Romeo and Juliet. Shakespeare's influence goes beyond just the entertainment industry. He has also had a profound impact on politics and society. His plays often grapple with issues of power, leadership, and justice, making them as relevant today as they were in the 16th century. In fact, many of the ideas that Shakespeare explored in his work contributed to the development of humanist thought and the growth of democracy. So whether you're quoting To Be or Not to Be in a casual conversation, or grappling with the complexities of politics, it's hard to deny the impact that Shakespeare has had on our world. It just goes to show that even after all these centuries, Bard's legacy continues to inspire and influence us in countless ways. I mean, let's be real, who hasn't used Et tu, Brute as a comeback at least once in their life? Just when you thought you knew everything there was to know about Shakespeare. It turns out there are still some mysteries and debates surrounding his life and works. Shakespeare's life and works have been the subject of much speculation and controversy over the years. Some of the most prominent debates include the authorship question, which concerns whether Shakespeare actually wrote the plays and sonnets attributed to him, or whether they were written by someone else. One of the most famous alternative authorship theories involves Edward de Vere, the 17th Earl of Oxford, who some believe was the true author of Shakespeare's plays. Supporters of this theory point to similarities between de Vere's life and events depicted in the plays, as well as the fact that de Vere was a known patron of the arts. Another theory suggests that Shakespeare was not a single person, but rather a group of writers who worked together to produce the plays. This theory is known as the Shakespearean conspiracy theory, and it argues that the plays were actually written by a group of aristocrats and intellectuals who used Shakespeare as a frontman. In addition to the authorship question, there have been debates about the accuracy and authenticity of Shakespeare's plays. Some scholars have pointed out inconsistencies and historical inaccuracies in certain plays, while others argue that these discrepancies are intentional and serve a larger artistic purpose. Despite the controversies, Shakespeare's legacy remains unassailable. His works continue to be studied and performed around the world, and his influence on literature and culture is undeniable. As the Bard himself once wrote, "The play's the thing." And in the case of Shakespeare, the play will always be the thing that keeps us coming back for more. In the end, the real controversy might just be how on earth he managed to write so much without getting carpal tunnel syndrome. In conclusion, William Shakespeare was more than just a playwright or a poet. He was a master of language, a visionary artist, and a cultural icon whose impact on the world of literature and the arts continues to be felt centuries after his death. From his humble beginnings in rural England to his lasting legacy as one of the greatest writers of all time, Shakespeare's life and work have captivated audiences and sparked countless debates and discussions. So the next time you're watching a movie, reading a book, or even just having a conversation with friends, remember the enduring influence of the Bard and his timeless words. And who knows? Maybe one day we'll finally figure out the answer to the age-old question, Why did Shakespeare always write in iambic pentameter? Maybe he just liked to keep things in verse. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. And if there's anything you'd like to add about Shakespeare, or if you have any suggestions for future videos, be sure to leave us a comment down below. Thanks for watching.